Good morning, good evening, good night. Welcome to NFT Live on the Web3 Network. We're going to take you around the industry in just about an hour. Sitting here with four great content creators, some just awesome people. Hopefully you're having yourself a happy holidays there. We're coming up to Christmas relatively shortly here, and this is going to be the last NFT Live that we do until that date. We'll keep you guys up to date on our X profile when it comes to the schedule next week. But I've got great creators here. I've got some awesome people. A lot of things happening around the space to get to. We definitely want to talk about this frame airdrop that is apparently happening right now. But yeah, before we get into that, let's go around the quad box here. Biggie Poppins, what's up, brother?
Dude, what a beautiful day, man. I had so much fun today at the Web3 show, serenading y'all with some Cyndi Lauper and some Stevie Nicks.
DJ Biggie Poppins, Alpha Chat on the ones and twos.
Dude, no, man. Like, I don't know, man. I'm confounding the two. Is it the holiday vibes, or is it the bull market vibes, or is it both? I think it's both. But yeah, I'm definitely just feeling really good going into the holidays, and dude, I can't wait.
Huda, nice to see you here again. Hopefully you're having yourself a good start to the week. How are you doing here, brother? Oh, you're muted. Muted.
You're muted, big guy.
You're muted, bro.
Yo, muted.
You're muted.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate that. Yeah, it's good to be here. I hate missing the Monday shows. Like, man, like I legit love this show so much. So when I'm tied up and I can't make it, like I'm thinking about it the whole time when I'm writing. I'm like, fuck, I wish I was on right now. But yeah, something's in the air, Biggie, because I've been feeling that too. And it's been like ramping up. I didn't feel it this weekend. I wasn't in the vibe or in the zone really, but yesterday started getting there. And then today I just woke up excited as hell for no reason in particular, just like happy to be here. Guys, something really big happened in NFTs, like huge, something none of us probably would have ever expected. But Ethereum NFT sales volume flipped Solana. No shit. I'm not even kidding. Right?
What?
No.
Man, things have changed, haven't they?
What?
Crazy stuff going on.
Bro.
What is the update there, Huda, with Solana? Is it continuously like another stairs up for today and in the start of this week, or are we seeing a little bit of a pullback there?
It's kind of mid right now, right? I'm not seeing anything that's really standing out other than I see these SPL, right? SPL 20s starting to bubble up. There's something going on there. Like, okay, maybe
That's
I get into this later. Maybe I touch on it. What's that?
That's from the Stacks ecosystem, right?
No, there is a coin on Stacks too, but these SPL 20s they're inscriptions. They're just like BRC 20s. It's bundles of meme coins. Now, here's the thing on Bitcoin. I looked at the top 50 collections, right? Only 2 of them are Ordinals collections. The rest are all those BRC 20s. Solana's not there yet. In the top 50, there's like 14 that are those SPL 20s. But when I looked past 50 down into like 100, 200 range, dude, dozens and dozens of those SPL 20s, and they have tens of thousands of dollars in sales volume. So it's bubbling up there and it's about to explode.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So is it just like, because I've seen, okay, like there's the SPL tokens, but there's also people still doing like traditional inscriptions as well from other chains, right? Like Stacks, Solana, and ETH. Is that just squatting, Huda? Like it's just like people scoring these ordinal positions early and they plan to come back to them later and do something like update the metadata and sell you on some brand new fancy shiny project?
I didn't even think about that, but that's very, very possible, right? Like there's so much value in just the name. And we've seen that, you know, with like those ENS addresses and stuff. And that makes sense for like tickers for like the name of a token. Absolutely. Hadn't considered that at all.
All right. Yeah. Gifted is fresh off his GM Web3 morning show here. Gif, you're bucking Bronco today here. You stayed on. You made the whole thing happen. How you doing?
Did I? Yeah, I don't know if fresh is the word for how I feel right now, but it's a shit coiner's paradise out there. I had a nice run last night on a Solana meme coin called Ribbit. That was fun, and then of course now we're talking about Frame. I just claimed 1,300 Frame tokens, which I have no idea what that's worth. You know, might be worth $30 or nothing. But
well, it
hey,
has to be more than 1,000 if that's going to be bothered with it. Okay.
Well, but the meta right now is absolutely in airdrops, farming, tokens, meme coins, all of that. And one of the biggest struggles right now to me is like Ethereum NFTs and what to do there, because while I think that of course liquidity will go back there eventually, it's just like when and what is the opportunity cost for just sitting on a bunch of bags right now that aren't doing anything or maybe losing value when there's a lot of other plays to be making in the tokens and maybe Solana.
I'd say that's like the question, right? Because you don't want to go chasing the rabbit and try and figuring out like, oh, you just left. You don't want to pull Frank to gods. Like that's basically what he did at this point, was just chase the rabbit, and let alone if he had just stayed on Solana, they'd be fucking flourishing right now.
Yeah, don't go, don't Frank yourself, don't get franked up. Yeah.
Yo, speaking of Frank to gods, although before I pull up a tweet that he had last night, which was very interesting, always causing some drama over there. We are getting word that ArtBlocks is being, or at least the X profile is being compromised. Has been compromised. So I think Snowfro was the first one to talk about this. So let's see if I can get to his tweet. Here, yeah. So he says there's suspicious activity happening with ArtBlocks Twitter account. Do not click on anything until we investigate further. So this is just a good old fashioned hack here, guys. This isn't a Web3 hack. This is a Web 2 hack.
Yeah, but dude, we're being attacked on all fronts. It's ridiculous. It's like every other day. But bring it. We're resilient. We've survived.
Is it a total coincidence? Like, is this something that there are groups that plan this and they do attack all at once, like just for mass effect? Or is it, again, coincidence and it just happens to be all lining up together? Because we've seen this in the past.
It's a good question, but I mean, I wouldn't rule out coordinated attacks. I don't know if this one particularly is one, if it's fucking hackers trying to make their Christmas bonus at the end, but it's pretty ridiculous. Like, you have to admit, it's like one after another and on different vectors. And just going after crypto specifically. I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if it's like funded by Elizabeth Warren.
Yes.
Well, you know what? Honestly,
exactly.
Yes. But these are all things people have been sitting on that have been available to kind of attack for years, like NFT Trader, right? Why now all of a sudden when they had that attack vector, for so long?
It's a psyop, and Sam Bankman-Fried's at the center of everything.
I just imagine Elizabeth Warren in the meeting, like, hit ArtBlocks today.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, it's she doesn't need to know the details, right? She's not in the weeds doing the dirt. She has people who do the dirt for her. But this is absolutely a coordinated attack by our government on crypto.
Some good news, maybe not on the political front, but on the regulation front. We're going to talk about the Bitcoin ETF here. So we got some extremely positive news. What does that look like for the start of 2024 and beyond is what we'll get into in just a moment. I'm busy sharing out the link on X. And
I'm busy trying to do my best Alex Jones impression up here.
You gotta get a little bit more crazy than that. You gotta start shaking. You gotta just full shake. Yeah, there you go. You're getting into it. Guys, we had one of our most successful episodes here on X yesterday. We had Valeria Games in for NFT Live. Mita Rima came on, talked about the project. You guys were awesome. We actually are going to announce the winner of the Val token giveaway here right after the show. We already have the winner, so we'll definitely be announcing that from our X. But yeah, if you're watching on X, if you're watching on YouTube, Twitch, we appreciate you guys so much. Again, this will be the last NFT Live of the week, so do what you can to share that episode out over there on X. Let's get as many folks in here as possible before we get started. All right, we mentioned Frank. We've been doing some like 2023 recaps, saying like, hey, what's happening in 2024? What happened in 2023? So I guess let's have that combo here at the start of the episode. But also, Frank, honestly, 2023 has been the worst year of my life. So yeah.
Do we have to talk about this? All right, look, man, I'm seeing quite a bit of this.
This is puberty, bro. Come on.
Well, look, I'm seeing a lot of this like woe is me sort of like energy on my X timeline recently. Like people that are just trying to engagement farm attention through this sort of like, oh, I'm not like my art's like, I don't know, man. I just think that the dude doesn't have perspective on how blessed he is, maybe. And when you see stuff like this, you start to be like, dude, like you're in a position that literally like hundreds of millions of other people wish they could be in. There's people around the world that wish they could be, be as set up as you are. So I don't know, man, this type of farming or like, woe is me, feel bad for me energy never does much for me. Like I kind of am just turned off by it.
Yeah. I mean, it's interesting. Like he very well may have had the worst year of his life. He could be a tortured soul. And all of a sudden hearing that he's had such a bad year, maybe in his personal life, it explains a lot of the bad decisions that have now happened. That's been so forward facing. And now it's like, oh, it makes sense. He's just like, he's all over the place mentally, maybe. And I don't know if we should read too much into it. Right. But sometimes it doesn't matter how much you have. And I'm talking, maybe money, you still just have such a hard time just dealing with life. He could be that dude and you just never know from, what he gives off on Twitter.
Huda, I'm having a tough time having you up here, man, with those logical takes. Like that was a very well thought out logical take.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a very even keel. Like that could honestly be the case. I don't want to spend too much
relative.
time. This was more just a...
Everything's relative, and the truth is you never know what's going on in somebody else's life. And that's why, like, yes, I do agree with that take, but also it's a matter of like how you, in my opinion, like how you kind of present that, or like how you choose to use that. Because dude, like me as a founder, right? Like I can speak as a multiple time founder. I have never experienced the kind of success or opportunity or community support or any of the things that this young dude who's not even like he's like half my age almost has already
like 24
succeeded. He's super young. And so that's why it's like it's hard for me to like feel bad for him. Even if shit's hard in his life, it's like, dude, don't ask everybody else to feel bad for you, bro. Because again, like try and turn that into something positive for all the people that fucking love you and support you, man. Yeah, that's just my take on it.
I don't know about his personal life. I would just say, like, can the devs do something? Can we get something with the gods other than like the political drama or personal drama?
Rebrand Q1 24.
Rebrand would do them good.
So yeah, another rebrand. Yeah, love it. All right, so 2024 is a conversation I want to have in kind of a recap of 23 as well. I think the best way to probably transition this is around this Bitcoin ETF news, because it's been such a topic of convo of, hey, if we do get it, and that wasn't a foregone conclusion, if we do get it, then it's going to send us into the stratosphere. It's at least going to kick this off. Let's hear from Galaxy Digital here.
Before you go into it, though, like, can we all agree he should be wearing a wife beater instead of that suit? Because I want to see that Luna tattoo. I want to see that Luna tattoo while he says whatever he's going to say.
Dude, Mike Novogratz, a big EOS supporter too. This guy's very, very much an OG. He's kind of crazy though.
He is.
Listen, the Fed's pivot is really important. That press conference was as dovish as anybody expected, and the markets are behaving that way. You look at fixed income markets, equity markets, they all are now trading a Fed pivot. And is it, March, January, or do they wait till the April meeting? We'll see. We'll see what their narrative is. We'll see what the inflation data is. But this is all based on inflation coming down, and it's not based on growth collapsing. And so they shifted to a more inflation focused Fed. Which gives them the room to cut rates. I think crypto likes it. We're going to get this ETF before January 10th. That's kind of the drop dead date that Gensler has before he gets in trouble with Grace.
We probably already got copyrighted for that one, but you get the gist of the conversation. He's talking about some macro pieces there on the economic front, talking about interest rates and the kind of slowing down of rate hikes here, which is what they've been talking about over there at the Fed. We also have the Bitcoin ETF, and we'll jump into that news now. Guys, what were your takes here on Novogratz? And then we can dive into what specifically BlackRock's changed to make sure that they get this approved.
I'll give my simple, like just a dumb take, but like obviously bullish. But again, we have heard deadlines and dates that it was going to happen by, I swear, like 3 or 4 times in the past few months. I don't buy it. I don't. Again, I remember like 2 dates in the fall. It was like, it's happening by this date. It's just, that is the deadline. It has to happen. Like either a go or no go, and nothing happened.
So there were always like pushback dates, right? Like the absolute dead on, they either have to deny it, they cannot push this shit back. It was that January, mid-January date. I don't know if it's literally January 10th, like Novogratz was just saying, but there was this like one specific like final time they could push the can down the road.
And if it's not approved, can they refile? Can they resubmit, or is it dead and it never, you know, like what does that look like?
They can definitely resubmit, which is what's happened 1,000 times. That's, again, me and Gifted like to talk about this bet that we have for a Biaofam NFT, a worthless NFT at this point, probably. I haven't checked in on Biaofam.
How dare you?
Hopefully it's not, because it looks like I'm losing the bet. But there's been so many Bitcoin ETF denials. There's been hundreds, I think, at this point. So this is just kind of this would push us back, I think, when it comes to people YOLOing into the market if we have to wait another 6 months for a Bitcoin ETF.
Gotcha.
Okay, so here's a couple different conversations that are happening. One, it's around the specific wording and why people are predicting this. So BlackRock's been meeting with the SEC in closed doors meetings, and now they've amended essentially their application, and it says here, they've caved the SEC's demands to exclude in-kind creations and redemptions from their spot Bitcoin ETF. They've just filed the amendment, relevant text highlighted below. We can talk about what in-kind means, but again, TLDR, SEC was basically saying, look, if you want it to get passed, you have to take this amendment and make sure you put it in there.
Yeah, this is all just saying the same thing. It has to do with like redemption models, and like you said, in kind apparently still in there. Like it's kind of open ended, but they focused on like cash redemption. And again, this kind of gets into the weeds on how these products actually work. But the other interesting part of this update is that it now has a ticker, which is IBIT for this. Which again, all of this seems like momentum in the forward direction. We also saw, I think it's Bitwise, start up a campaign using the most interesting man in the world. It just seems like everybody who's in on these conversations feels like it's happening at some point in the next couple months. And so that's what everybody in my perspective is just picking up on. I think Hoodoo's right to still be skeptical, because you can't put it past the government and the SEC to pull some weird shit and continue to find ways to stymie, the momentum. But it just, I also have this feeling that it's inevitable at some point, because again, there's not enough rationale for why we don't. That's been one of the biggest arguments that's become clear, is like nobody can really get a good explanation of like, why haven't we approved this already? It just seems like they're stalling it. A lot of that probably, again, so Elizabeth Warren and Chase, JP Morgan Chase can try and get, their themselves set up to maintain as much control as possible. I don't know. Nobody can really explain why it is that we're waiting so long. And again, BlackRock's, their record on this stuff is like almost 100%. So the fact that they're going back and forth with the SEC, making amendments and all this stuff, they clearly are expecting this to pass. They're putting all this time and effort into this, and Larry Fink and BlackRock rarely get a no at the end of the day. They find a way. So I don't know, man. I'm pretty optimistic that it's going to happen, but also, yeah, is there a chance that the SEC finds more ways to sticks into the spokes or whatever? Probably.
All right, I'm gonna like open up this discussion to what we expect here in 2024. Again, a lot of people said, okay, Bitcoin ETF approved, we're blasting off. And I know, Biggie, you were trying to take the devil's advocate approach this morning, basically saying, hey, hold on. We need to maybe wait till like maybe Q2 or even Q3 to see the real effects of what's going on. I'm going to pull up Ryan Selkis's. So I often talk about Ryan Selkis when it comes to the regulatory side, because he's so hammered in to that side of the crypto industry, essentially making sure that he's going to battle with Elizabeth Warren.
That's
What's that?
He went bald also.
Yes, I saw that.
Yeah,
Well,
it's
you will.
Him and Brian Armstrong, huh?
Just
Must be
the
like-
the bald duo.
Yeah.
All right, here's a clip here from Bankless. Let's see what he's got to say about this bull run.
Dark before the dawn there.
Right, Ryan, would you call this a bull market? Are we in a bull?
Well, technically, we've been on a bull market all year. I mean, Bitcoin's up, 150%. Ethereum's almost 2x off the lows. Solana and some of the other, the highest performing, big protocols or mid cap protocols are up 5, in some cases even upwards of 10x. So I certainly think it's almost undoubtedly and indisputably a bull market from the bottom, but there is still a ton of recursive investment within the industry, right? So when you think about infrastructure companies, when you think about where.
All right, I want to just pause it real quick. I don't want to get hit with the copyright here. Thoughts on what he just said?
I mean, it makes sense if you're just looking at crypto that, we bottomed out and things have been kind of, stair stepping upwards. I think that's all accurate. And so does that mean that we're already in a bull market? Maybe. I think, we're starting to see that momentum transfer into the altcoins and NFTs a little bit more over the last month or two, which is why we all are starting to feel that same, sentiment that an NFT bull market might also be coming back around eventually. But yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I think getting down to brass tacks, what we're talking about here, and I think he understands it very well. It's like, yes, like in appreciation terms, we are definitely in a bull market. But what people really want to define a bull market as, at least in our space, is ATH, all-time highs, right? Like, is this where we're gonna blast off and fucking, have many airdrops and money showered upon us? And no, I don't think we're there yet. Not even close. And that's where I do think like tempering your expectations a little bit is not a bad thing. And honestly, if you look at it like, okay, fine, the ETF gets postponed, it's not going to stop the halving. You're still going to have the halving and that effect down the line, which is really, in my opinion, the main driver that's been responsible for the past blow off tops, right, that we've had. So I definitely think that obviously an ETF approval is adding fuel to that fire substantially, especially since we've been harping on this narrative for like so long. But I don't know, man, like selfishly, like as people that have been here and have survived the bear market and anything, like, is that such a bad thing for us to postpone the arrival of these floodgates and that we've been anticipating for so long? I mean, I get it. Yes, it would be better with than without. But if you don't have it, I mean, let's just consider what can happen if it doesn't, right? Because you still, Blast is going to launch next year. We want to see what products launch there and what's doing well. Like a lot of things are just going to be much more easy to get into than if you actually have it approved and you do have the fucking floodgates open. And on top of it, you have the followed up with the fucking halving. I don't know. I know we always like to talk about our bags are packed, right? But you can always pack another one. Like I don't mind. I'm fine with it. Like I get it. It's exhausting, and that's why I've never really married that narrative as like the end all be all, which I think a lot of people do think, and pray and hope for this thing to happen, because of course it will have a magnifying effect in the space and it will come. It's inevitable, like the fucking Borg. It's just inevitable. It's just when chill, people, like we'll be fine.
All right, Fisker Karma is saying, I like Galaxy Digital, good stock. Lunatat is hilarious. Is it true? Nox Darkness is saying, the big movers have got their bags. Now it's time for them to print profits. I just need to catch this wave. And great way to think about it. Quantum Variant saying, I think the market is ahead of itself and we will see a pullback while people take some profits before we really run. To be fair, on the NFT side, when we zoom in, like that's what has happened, at least on Ethereum, right? Like we were in this like crazy little twister here, hurricane for a second in that Gordon Goner area where 100%, 200% gains for some of the top projects
coming up. Some people are going to sell for tax harvesting purposes, and then we're going to have also tax season not too long from the new year. So I mean, those things play into these.
All right, so I want to real quickly play the rest of this. Let's see if he has anything to say on the 2024 front or this bull run. Let's see what Selkis has to say, if anything.
Where we are from an ecosystem health standpoint, a lot of our long-term growth and kind of really hitting the potential for crypto and all these emerging protocols is going to come from real-world adoption and kind of crossing this chasm, either with users or in the case of DeFi and financial instruments with Wall Street.
Fair take. Basically saying that we have the products now, right? Like we could potentially have products for people to use. All right, this is where I want to transition this really quick. So we do have kind of a recap of 2023. I think we've already kind of touched on this. So more so, let's focus on 24 and what you guys are really focused on. Whoever wants to start and you can take it away. But just what areas are we focused on? What do you think will be new, maybe a new innovation, and where are you spending your time?
Well, I'll start. I mean, I probably trade the least out of all of us, so my focus is maybe a little different. It's not a focus on trading; it's a focus on just what are people doing and where is the action. And I think what we've been seeing here with Bitcoin and Solana that we keep talking about is just the writing on the wall that kind of trend is going to continue. I think it's the year of L2s next year, and these alt chains and Ethereum, is going to have some struggles. I think people are overpaying those gas fees. I think people are just absolutely sick of it. And like we've seen, people are going to go where there's profits. I think they see there's profits elsewhere, and they're going to start going there. I think we're going to have a very, very interesting year for Ethereum, and maybe not a great year for it.
This gets back to that original question of like what to do right now with Ethereum NFTs. Because again, I'm bullish that eventually things cycle back and they do very well. It's just in the next 6 months to even a year, it could take a while, right? Because as you're saying, like the metas that are all positioned and heating up to like do very well over the next 6 months to a year are not Ethereum. They're competing with Ethereum, and they have a lot of new novelty and values like better gas, etc., faster transactions. So like DeFi, GameFi, all of these different things, even NFTs in general, all of these airdrops, L2s, like all these different things, most of that is not going to be happening directly on the mainnet for Ethereum. And so that's a real challenge. Honestly, I think you're right, man. And so I'm honestly considering flooring a bunch of my ETH NFTs right now, and that hurts because I'm taking L's on all of them at this point.
The scary thing is pulling the Frank. It's like, again, hey, are you selling it when sentiment is at its lowest? And we'll see some comeback. So Biggie, what do you got?
Yeah, I think like the speed and convenience of alternative protocols, to not just call them L2s because some of them are just their own protocol, but are very enticing, especially to new people. And I think that's where you're going to see a lot of the shitcoining and profit taking happen. And again, like you said, eventually it'll make its way back to the bigger, more solid store of value. I think Ethereum obviously is the main one there when it comes to NFTs, although I'm really interested to see how the Ordinals and BTC crowd takes advantage of the narrative that they're having, because I think they have an opportunity to, I think it's the only chain that has an opportunity to really eat into the market share of NFTs from Ethereum because of the Bitcoin effect, the Lindy effect, right? And watch out, like you have Stacks launching its Nakamoto protocol next year, like early next year, sub 5 second transactions. I hear people are already doing liquid staking at Stacks, and I think it can be a real contender, along with a couple of other alt coins. But I also feel like you said, stuff like SocialFi is definitely going to be a contender. I'm going to be looking at. I think if you're able, I don't know if that's Friendtech, Q. I know you're bullish on it, but I think it's very possible that a new social protocol is launched next year that is widely adopted by the space and just works flawlessly and can really upend things. Not to mention fucking, Elon is still in the running with X. And then two sleepers that one of them you've heard me harp on substantially. The other one, I think it's a little more degen and further, but I'm very bullish on as well, is music NFTs. Still waiting, but it's going to happen at some point. Mark my fucking words, it's going to happen. And then the other one that's less known, but I think has a ton of potential, and you will see, I think, the first viable products, start getting adopted and launched, is DeSci, decentralized science. Yes, I said that. Decentralized science. And it's basically like, to put it in like layman's terms, it's just like funding the development of new medicine and applications and stuff like that, and basically being able to own it as a DAO, say, and there's already been substantial products being launched there. It's very obscure, it's hard to understand, but I think it's a serious contender to be an outlier.
In general,
the lines of our real world assets, RWS.
Well, there's something really interesting about that. Like, I listen to Joe Rogan's show a lot, and he's got some, physicists on that show, like Aaron Weinstein. I don't think he calls himself a physicist, but he's just been harping on the fact that science is stagnated and that these guys need to start working together and start innovating. And man, when you see a problem and you know that the blockchain and these ideas of decentralization fix problems like that, they allow you to share information faster and more openly and trustless. It seems like there is an opportunity there. And hearing you even just mention what did you call it? Sci-fi?
They call it DeSci. Yeah, it's confusing, man.
I love it, but yeah. It's just interesting to hear you say that, because I do see opportunities there. Same with education, same with all that kind of stuff.
Yes, the next era of decentralization, there will be a lot of places that can use decentralized organizations, DAOs, and the technology to rethink, disrupt, and innovate on broken or outdated models. Science being just one area for that. Education is another great example. Yeah. Politics. There's so many different places that we've stagnated, or we're using outdated, broken systems that don't actually make sense when you have the potential for these network effects to add a lot of value, right? Like when you can be sharing like validated data across networks, you apply that to our healthcare system, for instance. Like, dude, right now you've got all these different siloed off data sets. Like, what if you could combine all of our health data, obviously, use zero knowledge proof or whatever, ZK Sync or snarks or whatever you need to protect our information where necessary. But there's just so much possible value that can be provided using different types of decentralized models. So I agree with that part. But all of this stuff, including GameFi, NFTFi, all of these different things, brands getting more ubiquitous, or brand, like all of this stuff, none of this is going to be on the Ethereum mainnet. And so that's the thing, man, is that like the L2s are going to go crazy, because all of these applications that need to scale and be user friendly and be cost effective, etc., all of that requires faster transactions and lower transaction fees.
We've done a lot of deep diving, I think all of us, and I don't think we were necessarily chasing the meta. I think we were definitely surprised at how quickly Solana picked back up in activity and volume. There's probably a bunch of different factors for why that's the case, but we've all been looking at now Avalanche, and I've been specifically getting into Base and thinking that there's some thesis there around Base or Coinbase actually supporting that chain going forward. And there's been a ton of others. Avalanche has seen incredible success on the meme coin front.
Came out of the blue in our Telegram channel.
Yeah, VChain.
I haven't heard of VChain since like forever, and apparently now it's like getting set to pop off. I don't know.
Yeah,
well, Dapper Labs and Flow is going to be in the combo too, man. They have a big win here with Disney, because Disney Pinnacle is rocking a Dapper Labs organizational pin next to their Twitter profile, and in all of their announcements, Dapper Labs is being highlighted.
Where the fuck does Bitcoin go in this? Like we're having these like scalable chains and layer 2s and EVM talk, and then you have Bitcoin as
it doesn't have. It's like CryptoPunk. It doesn't have to do shit. It doesn't have to do a goddamn thing. All it can be is the metadata for all NFTs, and you're done. like best place to store your metadata. There's limits in the size, right? But I'm not saying it's the end all be all, but I think Bitcoin, all it needs is just functional L2 infra, and that's it. Like they don't need to shill shit. They don't need to become anything else except what they already are, which is the most immutable Lindy effect fucking blockchain out there, period. End of story. No second bests. I'm sorry. I love Ethereum. It's got its own things, its own boons, but this flippening that people like to push and this other thing I find it to be a very tall order.
All right, I would love Alpha TA to drop the elevator pitch there on router protocol. Quantum Variant saying CRISPR on the blockchain is coming. Marty's saying Frank's so cringe he should join Yuga.
Marty!
Also, likes are free. Alpha TA saying likes are free. They definitely are if you want to help out the network, and we've been growing here over the last month for sure. So we appreciate any likes to get folks noticing this channel. Real quick, I want to break up this combo just a little bit. Jesse Pollock is one of the guys that I'm following here. I've been trying to get him on the channel, but he's playing a little chicken with me. He's the one over there heading up build on base and just, base in general. He's talking about Sound.XYZ and their launch over here on base. They said, and I'll read it directly, base has a new anthem based. So I have not listened to this, guys. I don't know what this is going to look like.
Well, and I meant to tie back my thinking to what Biggie was saying, because music, I do think, is going to surprise people at some point. I think 2024 is the year where we actually have like a Web3 native music hit that crosses over. Like I think we're gonna have some kind of big music moment. But again, what I was trying to get to that I forgot to include is music also is something that will not live on Ethereum. It's going to be on base or on L2s. All of these different things are moving towards L2s.
And we missed wearables too, or fashion, whatever,
Yeah. Are you talking digital stuff like metaverse type wearables?
That and
Sirs, I would like to play this. I would like to play this. Hold on, please.
DJ Nifty Q's in his bag, y'all.
Oh my God.
Oh God.
I made a lot of people race on the super chain. Craze back outside and it's right here. It's that super bass. I just woke up and I'm like, what I'm finna do today? Measurements, major flips, makes sense. Okay, let's go. Going up, I'm going long. I told the squad meet at the base. Punt the bags, I punt the stock. It must be hard to keep the pace. 7 figures out the songs, that was the outcome.
Okay.
I'm not mad at it.
Not bad. Yeah.
I would put that on my workout playlist and rock it at the gym. Yeah.
I think this mint is live, by the way. It ends in 6 days. So talking about music NFTs, you can go to Sound.XYZ, pick up the anthem of bass here.
It's not bad.
Who's the artist?
Where's Eli? Yeah, Eli should have been all over this, man.
I think a couple of country music tunes on Sound also, right, Q? So there's something for everybody there. And I'm not saying to go ham on like buying stuff there. But as we all know, sometimes interacting with these platforms pays dividends down the line. And so, especially now that they have it on Optimism. And I guess, is this one going to be on Based?
It is on base. They just Sound.XYZ just launched on base. That's their first mint.
Pretty accessible. I don't know what the price is.
I like that the litmus test for all hip hop is whether or not Kane would approve. And Quantum Variant saying Kane would hate this. Probably right. Somebody send it to him. Somebody send that to Kane. Get his take. But you're probably right.
All right. Looks like the artist is Heno here, and is produced by Rio.
Okay, right on.
So looks like those are the two artists responsible for that piece of work. I think I'll be minting that for free right after this. We're just talking about Sound.XYZ.
Oh, that's free?
Yeah, it's free. Go over there on base right now. I'll drop the link.
It's like that Vitalik song from earlier this year, remember?
Which one
was
is that?
Also on Sound.XYZ.
I only meant Crypto Boy. That's all I did.
So you played it and you shared it live on the show, and it's fantastic.
All right. Speaking of something else that's free, by the way, frame tokens are live to claim. Let's take a live look in here at Pranksy. I survived it. So I'm not going to get into the shit show that is now multiple different projects flooding your timeline with just nonsense, right? Just like marketing for the project, not anything with substance, just literally copy
put on this
pasta
t-shirt and walk around social media with it.
Literally, and it's just people yelling that frame, portal, and so that's what your timeline is now. Whatever. I'm not going to sit up here and bitch about it. Pranksy has 7,500 frame. That's not that much comparatively, Gift Ed. So look, I mean, he's ranked number 3. He got 7,500 prime, and heis total volume traded is $34 million.
Crazy.
He's paid out 1.8 mil in royalties.
You know what they should have included there is the gas fees paid.
Yes. There is that site that does that, remember? And his was astronomical.
I don't like looking at that.
He's paid over $1 million in gas fees, guaranteed.
Yes.
And again,
definitely more.
This is why L2s are the meta. Yeah. I got 1,300. So you know what? I don't feel that shabby. I mean, that's across 2 accounts. You know, I got 950 on one and 350.
Did anybody vet this? Like, I'm so scared to connect shit.
I mean, enough people are doing it now. It would be like a Black Swan event if something happened.
Right.
It would be like,
dude, the fact that Revoke.cash also got compromised is the thing that I can't get past with all that.
Okay, so we're talking about layer 2s, right? Where we've mentioned and layer 1s. We've mentioned just competitors. Well, Frame is that, right? Frame is just another layer 2 competitor here. I believe they're using the Arbitrum tech stack.
Royalty enforcement.
Yes, they earn royalties through the Pallet protocol, but Frame is essentially the brand of the chain that will potentially be another competitor to add to your list to keep track of now. So again, we're just getting info on it. Place for creators and collectors. Frame is a new network building the future of digital assets. So I will say this feels like a more NFT centric chain. I'm sure there will be DeFi that pops up on the chain, but it feels like they're going heavy into NFTs.
Well, and the point of it, I believe, is that there it is right now. Royalties are enforced at the blockchain level, right? And
holy grail.
That's its selling point. That's what you have to do. I like it.
Yeah.
I'm still stuck on seeing so many people connect to something after we're just fresh off of those awful things that just happened.
It comes down to the names. I mean, they came out and they said, "Hey, look, Luca's backing us." Look, they named like I think 8 different early investors, and the trust that.
This is why Blur took off so quickly, is because of the names that they had on it, and now they've got that trust. Like, that is the best way for new products to launch, is to get certain names that are trusted in the space on board and on the website. Look, the farming or like the integrations with X, I'm very bullish on in general. Yes, there's going to be a fatigue with that. Sounds like, Q, you're already hitting it. Some days are better than others. But the products and brands that do it really well, I'm going to be very bullish on. I think this is like decent, like this is fine. I think it's good that they have some kind of X integration because that's where the community is. And so again, everybody now knows about it. That's the benefit of doing it. But yeah, there are going to be a bunch of other copy pastas and copycats trying to do same things. A lot of it is going to be very poorly executed and just spammy. But then there's going to be ones that do it better, like Reach. I'm actually really fucking bullish on Reach. I think Reach is ahead of the game on this, and they're offering a unique product that I think a lot of people are actually going to want to use.
Did you buy?
So this is why, dude, like I'm waiting on the airdrop and I'm still farming it. It's supposed to happen this week, but I'm actually trying to find liquidity to go buy more of the token. Not financial advice, of course, y'all already know, but I really think that once people start to understand that this token has an actual product already tied to it, and this is the secret that a lot of people are using to amplify all of their posts and get a bunch of awareness and shit, a lot of people are going to be like, oh, fuck, I need some Reach now.
And one more thing also that I've been hearing rumblings of some type of alliance with Rug Radio, which would...
Dude, there's going to be so many possible alliances. They've just started. That's what I'm saying, bro. Like,
have you bought yet? Wait, no.
No.
Okay, so I know you answered that. My question that I was getting caught up on there was, You keep mentioning an airdrop. Is there an airdrop? Like
I think it's supposed to happen this week. They're supposed to do a snapshot this week. That's the best that I know.
Okay.
I don't know when. I'm still farming, trying to get to 100K. I'm at like 75 to 80,000 points right now, trying to get up to 100 because I think if you get across 100K, you get additional incentives or something in the airdrop. But yeah, I don't know the specs on it. There's supposed to be an airdrop though for the people that I've been farming. So yeah, my fingers are crossed that looks nice, but I still want to get more because I feel like I'm underexposed to this one. And again, as far as SocialFi goes, that we know is going to be part of this upcoming meta, it's the one that has a legit product that I've been using that actually fucking works. That I think there's a product market fit for that a lot of people are going to want to fucking use.
It's not fluff, right? Like it's
it works.
Like quality engagement with quality fucking.
Dude, this I think is one of those ones that we're gonna sit here and we're gonna be like, yo, we were so fucking early on that thing. Why didn't we buy into it more? Like I really feel that with this. And again, not financial advice. Y'all could go to fucking zero, could be a fucking miss, but the team's legit. They have a real product. We've already seen that like with the right catalysts, when the right thing pops up, that it goes crazy. When Portal popped up, it went crazy. There's going to be so many more of these farming opportunities. So just understand that. Look at this. Farming is picking up. Airdrops are picking up. This is going to be crazy with L2s and all these new protocols. So there's going to be like a list of all these different farming opportunities, and Reach is a product that injects right into all of those opportunities and amplifies it. Product market fit.
I think the only devil's advocate I could talk about with Reach is that it's just a well-designed Discord.
And like it's a great Discord.
Literally, no, I'm just saying it literally is only a well-designed Discord. Like there's no like integrations into other pieces. Like they've tapped into figuring out how to reward people in a Discord for engagement. And I think that's where you sit at it and you're like, what can that market cap get to when it is just all the activities inside Discord? Right? Like there's no
I use the website primarily.
Yeah. I guess they have the dashboards and things like that. Well, okay. All right. Let me briefly mention this and then I'm going to open the door up to my co-hosts up here. We got a Friend Tech update. And before I get to this we've been waiting for this. We've been waiting for something. And apparently
we've been waiting for?
Racer still has this airdrop coming later in December, which is another kind of thesis point that I have for Base, is that we get the airdrop for Friend Tech. Hopefully it's really good based on the interest that we're seeing on other layer 2s. So we get a huge Friend Tech airdrop. It goes to other places and we see where we go. But the trust in Racer and the team is dwindling fast. And so we got this update from Friend Tech from their profile and we're like, oh my God, here it comes. We're getting something good.
Trolled. Look, first of all, this is the type of thing that you don't hire someone or pay any money for. This is the type of thing that like you do yourself in iMovie or Premiere with like a little filter and you put it together in like an hour. You know what I mean? So there's not a lot of effort. I give them points on the humor. You know, it's kind of funny, but it doesn't really increase my belief in their ability to execute a grand vision.
It feels like I got rickrolled. It feels like I'm getting rickrolled in K-pop.
Yeah. It feels like a troll.
The responses to this, by the way, are completely split down the middle. I was arguing with Mike Finch actually last night. He was basically like, look, this is what crypto folks love. Like, and I'm like, dude, this is like the most low effort thing that I've ever seen from an app that we're hopefully trying to get more product out of, or just some type of hope that the team has any idea what they're doing. They put together a lyric video.
I just remember back in the day, people talking about Friend Tech and how like it was actually delivering value, and they were following some influencers that were really, you know, and you'd actually get like a community.
There is.
No.
I'm still in there talking with people.
You are daily.
Yes, not
You're
daily.
getting value out of it.
I'm not getting as much value because basically what the Friend Tech did and what Racer did was drive it into the freaking ground.
They
killed it with
through a fucking Discord and like regular Web 2.
You
Discord.
did with Proof Pass.
No. I'm talking about different. This is a subscription model. You pay $100 a month and you get in, and like I can tell you like 3 minutes that I've gotten into that I'm already profitable on, and I got my value off of it. Not chit chat. Nothing, blah blah blah.
There were a ton of alpha chats.
I know, Q, but I fucking knew this shit was gonna happen, and it pisses me off because it was too early. And like, I mean, show us that chart again, and like you're getting these K-pop fucking like love songs as a promise. Like, I'm sorry, but Pac-Man is laughing his fucking balls off. He's gonna be able to beat the living fuck out of this shit any day of the week. I
agree with you on all these statements. Look, when it first launched, Racer was doing a really good job. Everybody's take is like he's working with Paradigm, or he's working with this team that has invested a ton of money, and we're gonna see this really cool app. And then what he's done since then is literally nuke the project into the ground.
Because he's been partying his ass off with all your funds. That's why.
Maybe.
And FTKC, Solana over Frentech any freaking day of the week. Come on now. Like,
Solana on Frentech.
I mean, it's really hard to do anything with a product that does so little. It does what Discord does. You gate a chat room. The end. I mean, so it's weird that people expected so much more of it.
The hope was that they would innovate and build out the app more quickly. But what it's all coming down to is you're realizing that the team may not have had the capability or the ability to deliver on those types of expectations. And because you see this and okay, you got some humor there, but it does not at all. Like if I was in Frentech, I'd be flooring it and getting out, because it doesn't make me feel better about their ability to execute on a very difficult tech development. This is hard, man.
At your heels, dude.
Well, to Buddha's point, there's so many different messaging apps. There's so much competition in this environment. If you can't like really fucking step it up and provide an amazing experience, like, dude, you don't have a chance.
So this is the enigma that is crypto, right? Because look at I'm just going down my replies, right?
Dude, these people are pumping their own bags. That's not an enigma to me.
Yeah.
That's called bag bias. How is that an enigma, Q? You know what bag bias looks like.
Emily, that's hilarious.
Yeah, it's completely split, right, between people that I guess have the bag bias and that are asking, what the hell is this?
Did we just get rugged? Yeah.
But what is it?
Mom, pick me up. I'm scared. That's my favorite.
And at the end of the day, it says spring 2024 is when we're supposed to get some type of update there.
There's going to be 50 million other social and you know what? Here's the other thing that I'll say about this too. That's kind of a black eye on this type of social fi play is what the fuck happened to whatever Machi's. I don't even remember the name.
Oh yeah, his crypto dating thing.
Tag Tech. Yeah. And it was supposed to become a dating thing now. Like, dude, like that was just
Here's my thing, Gif, is like when you make these criticisms, how much time did you spend in Tag Tech?
Dude, I went in and put $500.
How much time? How much time?
Dude, well, not a lot because it wasn't that great.
How much time?
There's just not that much to do, bro.
How much time?
Couple hours.
I think you're taking a little bit over. Like, I think you spent less than an hour in that thing. So it's just like,
no, it was probably a couple hours, but like,
I just have a tough time like with the criticism there because you weren't in that app. I know what you're saying, but like,
okay, but like, so Q, I was in the BitCloud app, right?
Okay.
Back in the day, the first attempt at this stuff, I didn't get burned bad, but like, yeah, I lost some funds there, whatever. Go into Frentech. I don't need more than an hour to poke around and be like, it's the exact same fucking thing. No innovation whatsoever. Zero, other than that it's in base. which was their selling point. And then everybody gave them millions of dollars. What do you think was going to happen to somebody like that? You get complacent, you get lazy, you get comfy, and you can't do that in this space. And like, honestly, like in my opinion, if we are going to have a Web3 social fi media platform, like it better deliver in spades. It better be a substantial improvement on all fronts to what we have available right now. If not, then like Huda said, it's just another token gated chat, and we have that already.
Here's the thing. GIF already mentioned my thought process on it, is that it had momentum. And just like all of these layer 2s or layer 1, whatever, they have to capitalize on that momentum. They did it. They like did the opposite. And so, all right.
Yeah, they didn't follow through with it. And I think like that's exactly the same case with Machi, right? Like with, and again, I didn't even put a cent in it, but I think like he saw the narrative, he saw the hype and the euphoria, and he said, I'm going to hop on this and I'm going to build my own, right?
Yeah.
But now I think it's just a lot more profitable to be farming Frame or Portal Coin or anything else, right? So the tech, whatever thing that he's building can wait, right?
I think part of
and committed 100%, like the Valeria guy, right? Where we asked him yesterday, like, hey, what are you seeing in tech? Nothing, just Valeria. That's all I'm doing.
So I think the truth of Friendtech's success also is largely due to timing, when a lot of people were bored and just looking for some way to farm or find a new way to maybe make a few bucks. And so it caught a lot of attention. There was not a lot of other opportunities. Now with things heating up, there's just so many other places to put your liquidity and get opportunities to make something back. And that's the truth. Because they haven't been able to innovate the product fast enough, I think that they lost that momentum, and it's going to be very hard for them to come back in a couple months and do something that's so radically interesting that it gets a lot of that hype back. I'm not saying they can't, but like I'm trying to imagine what they would have to do with V2 to like reclaim a bunch of that momentum, and it's difficult for me to think of that.
So I'm looking at the market cap for Tag Tech, $32 million. So not like the biggest project ever, but it's there. I will say the one thing that we always looked at was video. We were like, hey, OnlyFans, this might be a thing. And obviously the bonding curve, I think that got proven out to be hopium. But they never even implemented video. There's still no video on this
did y'all
app.
Did y'all see that Twitch is now trying to take a bite out of OnlyFans?
Well, I saw they did, and then walked some of those new rules back. So
they walked them back already. I just saw that they made apparently artistic nudity is now okay on Twitch, which is
thank you.
That's an interesting move. There's a lot of young kids on that platform, but we know, it's interesting, right? Because OF has become such a massive business, and we also know that a lot of people watch Twitch just to watch hot girls essentially play their favorite game. So it seems like Twitch is starting to see that there's profit in this. They need to do something to maintain their maintain a business. So I don't know. It's going to be really interesting to see where that goes.
Yep. Q, don't put that on the screen again, please.
Yeah, that hurt. That hurt a lot.
Wait, what? I didn't even see it. What was it?
I'll keep that off.
Wait, pull it up. I want to see.
I'll flash it.
It's Izanami Islands.
I love this guy. He like one of my absolute favorite artists, and he went with his last drop on verse. Dude went from like not a nobody. I mean, he's definitely a guy that had collectors, but he went from like I don't even know how to describe it. He just reached another level like overnight with that drop, and it's not like it's out of range, right? At 1.5 ETH that collection sold out for, but damn, his work is extraordinary. He is something.
Yeah, I agree. Congratulations, Mike Finch. I think you probably scored. I'm looking forward to see what you got. But yeah, so be it.
All right, we are moving in to the end of the episode here. I don't have much more. I know Overworld had an update on their tokens, so they talked about a couple different like gamified, maybe Ponzi like mechanics, if you will, saying, hey, if you delist an NFT, you're going to get more rewards and all that stuff. So we could take a look potentially at that. Guys, if you have anything you want me to pull up, drop it in the private chat before we end here. Disney Pinnacles was one GIF was bringing up as well. I don't know if we want to talk about that, but here, let me bring up this Overworld piece and then we can...
There's not much to talk about on the Disney front. They're basically just starting to roll out some like early access or something like that. We don't really know what any of that looks like. It's just a few people are starting to get emails, and that's it.
Yeah, I'm frustrated to have signed up, not getting chosen, and then wondering, because I've gone on the site multiple times and I feel like re-signed up over and over, because it doesn't tell you you're already signed up, right? It just tells you it's adding you to the wait list again. So I wonder if I fucked myself there, but people I know getting in that.
Dude, I just saw Mike Finch's piece. It's
Mike was able to get in.
Beautiful, man. Beautiful.
Nice.
Gorgeous.
Hey, bring that. Can you bring that up, Biggie?
It's on the Telegram. I don't know. I don't think he posts his stuff on social, does he?
Yeah. Oh my God.
Yeah. He got a really good one.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can maybe get this. Give me 1 second.
No worries, dude.
It's gonna be tough.
We are talking about Richard Nadler's new drop today.
Look at that.
Nice.
Look at that, man. Can you imagine that as a print? Like, honestly, like I've never seen somebody do texture like that, other than obviously Mapan with generative, but like I don't know. It's really impactful. I mean,
all right. Well, first of all, congratulations to Mike on pulling that one. That's fantastic. So, are any of us buying Overworld at 2.76?
No.
This is the update here from the profile saying delist for points, more Incarnata, more NFTs, more points, holders rewards starting tomorrow. You can see some more breakdowns there. MNCT token. Of course, they announced the Horizon Labs partnership yesterday, too. So I heard you guys say no.
I'm not chasing gaming tokens or gaming NFTs on ETH. Like I want to, I like in that regard, I've really listened to you guys and to the rest of the space and what's being talked about and what's being released. I think, I'm not saying this isn't going to be successful. Maybe like the NFTs on ETH and obviously something else is like the actual gameplay and activity and whatever is going to be on an L2. But yeah, I'm focusing more on like L2 gaming than, Bitcoin and ETH. And I feel like this one, it's already like you'd be chasing it at this point. And no, I don't like the chase.
Here's my thing. It's like it's almost a proxy for the meme, not meme coins, but like the token plays, right? Like anything with the token. We said the same thing about grapes. We were like, a 1 ETH, I'm chasing these grapes, and they fucking ran to 4 because people were just trying to get access to the token.
But you need to be okay with that. Like, like again, it's same with Reach, same with so many other things. Like sometimes you're gonna miss out on it, but like that's the beauty of this space, that there's just an abundance of opportunity, and I just much prefer to go into things with a certain level of personal conviction, and being there, knowing that I'm there early, as opposed to following people posting already on fucking social media. You're too late by then. And I'm not saying you can't, like you said, make it and do it, but it's just too much of a risk. More often than not, it hasn't been the best experience. So no.
Huda, I'm interested in your take here on Champions Tactics as well. Asmund, I was saying we're still in a space where an unplayable game wins best graphics and most anticipated Web3. Squash is saying, let's go. Squash is saying, still mad I got gassed out on Overworld. Was rusty, but seems like I get something. Just in case, say, damn, 2.76 ETH.
Yep. Man, those are some ugly NFTs. Like, those are ugly. They're almost
really
expensive.
They really are ugly.
I did grab one on secondary though.
Yes,
dude, I am just in FOMO mode and it's awful, and I'm losing left and right. I really hate myself right now.
You gotta clip that,
dude. That was my fucking DGen news move. That was my DGen news move. When Q was like, "Yo, I just picked up these DGen news," I was like, "Yo, these are ugly as fuck." just got one. All right.
Yep. Oh man, it hurts. But I mean, just their connection to Animoca, which may be just minor. It may just be the whitelist access, but just Animoca even talking about them giving the whitelist, maybe they'll be a part of Mochaverse. I don't know, but I thought at 0.2 something, I was
think
like,
you're right.
I'll be along for the ride, I guess.
I think you're right.
What's up with I would probably be picking these up around 0.2. What's up with Rec League? Speaking of Animoca brands,
that was a tough one, man. TK, the founder, left.
Did he
took
really?
an advisor role, and yeah, I mean, there's been I'll tell you one thing: they've been able to get access to a lot of different creators with the Yuga partnership there. So they actually have some heavy hitters in Web3 gaming that know about the game and like are in connection with the team. Does that make sense? It's not just like some kind of far off game that they're pretty tied in. So that's their benefit going forward. But yeah, we do need a Rec League update for sure.
Yeah, I got a mech. Just not sure why right now. I'm sitting on it.
Playing the game.
Well, is it even up? I thought they were taking it down.
No, it's up. You can play it now. You can play customs. You could do all that stuff. They have different. Basically showdowns. So you can see here. I'll show it to you. Essentially they're having different tournaments, right? Like the tournaments are open. You can play them. The Mazzy's Mayhem was that first major one that everybody was playing. There's definitely some others. And then the All Brawl Showdown was what I'm talking about. They got basically like 16 different influencers. Dracomir was one of them. And basically played out a game or a tournament. So TLDR, not where we want them to be, Gif. If that's what you want me to say. Yeah, when can we claim our 8? Yeah.
It seemed like they had some momentum and interest and then just kind of disappeared from the
founders, man.
I got in those too, though, and it was an instant turnoff seeing the gas fees to assemble that thing. And like, I never assembled my mech. Literally never touched the game because of that. And I thought the game was fun. So we're back to that conversation about Ethereum really going to have some trouble here.
It comes down to the team as well. When we're talking about get reach, one of the main reasons is because Lana Moore seems like he has his fucking shit together and his team together. So this is what happened in the midst of their momentum, Gif. Right? He leaves.
Interesting.
All right, I do have a private chat here that has a link in it. Eclipse Testnet is live. What do we got? Alpha Poppins.
Dude, Solana testnet for virtual Ethereum EVM compatibility L2, whatever you want to call it.
Oh shit.
Yeah, this is something I definitely want to play around with. Again, this is one of the smartest things I think Solana could be doing right now. The sooner that they can launch the mainnet, a working one would be best. And it's been pretty hyped up over at the Zen Academy channel. I think it's good just to kind of poke around. You never know, again, whether it's an airdrop or I do like to just compare it right to the bases and the arbitrums and the optimisms to see how it works, and what's possible in it. So yeah, definitely I'll check it out.
Love it. Huda, I know you've been around the space, man, here in like the last 72 hours since we talked with you last on NFT Live. Is there anything that's standing out to you that you'd like to talk about here before we shut it down?
No, you know what? Maybe what stands out to me is how slow the news has been in NFTs. And I noticed that because I'm doing those daily updates like you guys, and we hit these periods where I'm like really digging, looking for news. So on one hand, I like it because you get a bit of a breather. It's just, it's that meme coin season right now. And again, those BRC20s, SPL20s, it's a different market right now. And traditional NFTs have certainly throttled back. So that's really my takeaway here, what I'm seeing, and just looking for opportunities somewhere, right? I'd like to be trading, that's for sure.
I bought the dip on Bodagos. I got more. I got 2 more doggos again. I'm back in it. I'm trying to play this one and ride it up and trade. I've already traded a couple, and I think it's gonna
smart.
I think the trajectory is going to be upward. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree, dude. I lost my Bodoggo in that pump. Like I had it listed like 2x the floor price, right? Because it was a really good Bodoggo. It was ranked like 150. Like it was a good Bodoggo.
You didn't lose it. You didn't lose it.
Well, no, that's totally fair. Yeah. I didn't want to sell him, and I just did that dumb thing where I had him listed. The pump happened with Gordon. I woke up and it was gone. I guess I could buy back in, and I'm considering it because I'm like you. I actually think that collection is going to do really, really well. So may get back in there.
Some of these guys are wild, man. I'm looking at the frame here. This is Cirrus NFT. Traded $20 million, man. Dude. We're just like swimming with whales. Again, this is volume. This?
Is it these guys that got into Bored Apes early? And it's like, are those the guys that just move every market? Like,
I knew Pranksy was on it. I didn't know Cirrus was like that.
Some of them are just early crypto people, and then some of them are early NFT people that have just been had some big wins, and
a lot of that makes me feel like what did I do so wrong? Because I was there early enough, and never saw anything like that.
I think it's crazy to be. Anyway, I don't know, man. It's pretty wild when you're publicly posting that you've got bags that big. It's just like you're just putting a giant fucking target. I mean, when I'm talking about like my my NFTs or like my small little bags, like my size is not size. You know, like I don't feel like I'm really a target. But that's wild, man.
Gift, guys, we're rounding out the episode here. You've been fantastic all the way through. Quantum Variant says, when can we claim our rec leagues? There is no details, but that is still planned. Oh, sorry, Huda, I had you up there. Just highlighted, man. Giving you your time in the sun. Let's see. Quantum Variant saying Soul on ETH is such a killer play. Asmodai, did you cover the Parallel Colony trailer? No, I know they upped the 2x experience points on Parallel, but I did not. Justin Casey affirming that the Champions tactics are in fact hideous.
Are we not trailer maxis anymore, Q? What happened?
Life comes at you fast, man.
What has happened to us when we're not covering the Parallel Colony trailer here?
Refusing.
It's on YouTube. Okay.
All right. Yo, hey, let us know in the chat. What do you think of Nifty Q's haircut? What do you is the mullet on point today? Should this become an icon? Is this the new holiday icon or the celebratory thing?
Keep it coming.
Under and greet your spouse with a kiss. Should we create little Nifty Q mullets that everybody can hang in their doorways for you to kiss your loved ones underneath during the holiday season? That's what we're thinking about here. And so let us know in the comments, what do you think about this fine mullet?
It's a good looking mullet, but I love that Q just realized that trailer's 10 minutes long.
Yeah. Thanks, Asmodai.
Dude, that is called being a trailer maxi. You sit through a 10-minute fucking trailer. Are we not trailer maxis here? Again, what has happened here, people?
A little bit of an open world concept here. A little bit more of an open environment. Definitely not the trading card game.
This isn't a trailer. That's
yeah. It's weird to call that a trailer. It's like the devs discussing it.
Yeah,
not a trailer.
All right, we will pop out of here, folks. Here in just a moment. Alpha TA saying, "Leave the mullet alone, cuh." I shall. I'm not going to touch it.
I love the mullet.
Justin saying, assuming you guys missed the Flow limited edition t-shirt, was only $30, sold out in an hour. Bull market is back. Do we have to end 2 episodes back to back with the damn Flowverse t-shirts?
Yes.
Dude.
God.
Apparently.
What's going on here, Huda?
What do you want me to end with? Do you want an alpha call, or do you want to just see a little market insight?
Oh, both.
Fucking
Why
both.
can't we have both? It's Christmas, Huda.
Last episode.
Goddamn right, dude.
Christmas.
Christmas. All right. Do you guys know honey badgers?
Yeah.
I do now.
You know the badgers now. Okay. In my opinion, a special collection that I do think is a little undervalued. They are arguably, we'll just say they're one of the first 10K collections over on Bitcoin. They actually technically were the first original 10K collection. They just took too long to get them all inscribed. But they're early. Some of those are inscribed under 100,000. The alpha, though, the alpha is their Discord. Those guys are on top of everything. The people I know that are focusing on that Discord are making a lot of money. That Stacks token that just dropped, right? Was that like 2 days ago? That was from the founder of this project, right? He made that token. They have the best Bitcoin alpha out there, period. I think these things, like I've got 12 of them and I'm not selling a single one because I think these are going to be, I don't know, 0.03, 0.05, something. I really do think that in the real run coming. So that's the alphas, to look at those honey badgers. I think there's something pretty special about them.
I don't know shit about ordinals really, so I appreciate that.
I've been waiting. I've been waiting. GIF, me and you have been waiting at the bridge. We were just waiting at the bridge for Mark. We're like, Mark's gonna come anytime now with these mega pixies. He told us about the bridge. We're moving over, and yet my unicorns remain on Ethereum. What is going on, Big Poppins?
Those gay unicorns.
We're gonna have to get Mark to come over in January and spit out the alpha about all these things. Yeah, I've been wanting to push my unicorn into Bitcoin like GIF so much. Enjoyed that graphic that made me laugh.
These belong on, and GIF's gone, and we officially kicked. Apparently he didn't like it. All right, these megapixies deserve to be on Bitcoin. What the hell is going on? Come on, Mark.
Yeah, I haven't caught on too much on like what's been the reason for the delays. Been away from the Discord for a while, but we'll definitely do that early January. I'll try to get him on and we can discuss it. I've yet to see anybody do the same thing though, so that's definitely, I don't know, an edge, a moat, whatever you want to call it. Having them mint out on ETH and then porting them over. So let's see. But yeah, I would like that to happen ASAP as much as you guys.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like they're being traded on secondary here over on Ethereum. Shit. Okay.
I mean, dude, those fucking unicorns look happy, dude. They're getting like rimmed as they're getting pushed over to Bitcoin. Like, look at their smiles.
Look,
they don't care. They're happy.
I agree. You go look at that little roadmap and tell me that doesn't look like a person eating out the butt, like licking a butthole.
Oh my god,
this guy. All right, it's been fun, it's been real, but it hasn't been real fun.
This unicorn is experiencing life. Something is happening back there.
There's definitely some type of drugs involved as well.
There's something happening.
Oh shit.
All right, y'all. That's it for NFT Live today. We will not be here the rest of the week. We're gonna do some holidays with the fam. We will be back, I believe, on Monday. Maybe not. We'll see if we can get one out on Christmas Day. But definitely back on Tuesday if we can't get in there. You guys have been awesome there in chat. Co-hosts, amazing. Let's go around the quad box. Huda.
Cool. I don't have anything really other than I'm going to save my market prediction for next week, since we will be here next week. So be anticipating that, because I see something pretty interesting coming. So we'll leave it at that. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day, though.
Tantalizing. I like it. Dude, I love this space. I have such a good time coming on here and interacting with y'all, everybody in the timeline, Squash, Choina, Quant, everybody, Fiat Fire. Love y'all. OVOT, and we'll see you next week.
Why?
Get the heart in there.
Why the
nice.
Yeah. Look out for the rehash. We do these daily recaps. We're putting a ton of work in to try and do this every single day. Check those out. And for y'all, again, who show up regularly and engage in the chat, who are giving us the thumbs up, the likes, and the shares, y'all really are the goats, because this we couldn't do any of it without y'all. So our Vibe, our tribe, appreciate everybody. That's it.
I made a lot of people racks on the super chain. Craze back outside and it's right here. It's that super bass. I just woke up and I'm like, what I'm finna do today? Measurements, major flips, makes sense. Okay, let's go. Going up, I'm going long. I told the squad, meet at the base. Punt the bags, I punt the stock. It must be hard to keep the pace. 7 figures out the songs, that was the outcome of my pain. We're bringing $1 billion on chains.
Some people gon' leave whenever there's tough times, but shout out to the real ones that stuck by. Dark days make you appreciate when there's sunshine. Reason I trust mine. Look, I got some moves to make. I gotta get it right now, I refuse to wait. Really don't do the fakes. I gotta keep my grass low just to view the snakes. If only you knew the stakes. Taking these risks to pursue was great. I got some moving base. Now I'm on chain and I'm using base. Using base. Now I'm on chain and I'm using base. I've been outside, I'ma choose my faith. Cooking the shit of a food on plates. And then when Rio be standing on business, there ain't no way we can lose this race. I had to manage the damage inflicted. Put on the grass, we don't use the brakes. Nah. So many chains I've been able to mint. So many ways now I'm taking my pick. Bullet the best while I'm still in the market. Wallace on Wallace, I'm staking a bit. Baseline